The Bible's library of wisdom literature contains 5 different books from the Old Testament, namely Proverbs, Psalms, Job, Song of Songs, and of course the book of Ecclesiastes. Most likely written by King Solomon, or at least from his point of view, Ecclesiastes is a constant reminder of the brevity of human life in the light of eternity.
The essence of the book is set up in the first few verses of chapter 1. Meaningless, meaningless, utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. Or Hebel, everything is Hebel. The word Hebel is used almost 40 times throughout the book of Ecclesiastes, which sums up the great, adventurous, abundant life of the teacher, which all told is empty and in vain.
Continually, the teacher appraises life from a worldly perspective, making reference to everything under the sun. Each generation comes and goes thinking they have all the answers, but things in the world continue to be messed up. Each generation runs on the same treadmill, running fast and meaning well, but going nowhere. This is the teacher's appraisal of the point of how much we toil under the sun.
The teacher, in his own wisdom, sets out to experience everything under the sun, in order to attempt to find the meaning of life and true happiness. His conclusion? Even if we are successful in acquiring our ever-increasing need for more, we will never be satisfied with the more that this world has to offer.
In chapter 2, the teacher explores the many pleasures of the worldly life: alcohol, comedians, singers, parties,
the building of many houses, vineyards, gardens and parks, the acquiring of slaves to wait on his every need, the amassing of gold, silver, livestock and all other earthly treasures, and the affection of a loving wife, or two.
However, the contentment from these pleasures were fleeting, and the morning after, the void was still present.
The teacher also sees that wisdom is better than folly, but although the wise man has a greater awareness of the world around him, and the fool wanders aimlessly through this life, the exact same fate awaits them both.
As we move to chapter 3, the teacher details how there is a season and a time for everything. No matter who we are, we cannot escape moving through the seasons of life.
A time to be born and a time to die. A time to kill, heal, tear down and build up. A time to cry and also a time to laugh. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to love, a time to hate. A time for peace and a time for war. Everything is beautiful in its own time, whether it be good or bad in our worldly eyes, because God is sovereign over it all. As His children, we need to see all seasons as a gift from God, trusting completely in His plan for our lives.
The teacher also reveals that God has placed eternity in our hearts, something that we cannot truly understand, but will always have us longing for home, longing for things to seem right, but they never will until we meet Him face to face.
In all things though, regardless of the season, the best we can do is enjoy life, knowing that God's timing will always bend it back towards His will and His beauty.